You are now entering Deluxe Man's World.
Hello all, welcome to your boy Deluxe Man's World. We are here to talk about the results of the WWE Superstar Shakeup. We're going to discuss all the men and women that got moved to Raw and SmackDown, break down my thoughts on each choice, whether I think this person will work out or won't work out. And of course, you guys give me your thoughts down below in the comment section. While you're at it, if you want to help expand the brand of your boy Deluxe Man, you can do a couple of things. You can like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter at DeluxeManVX1. You can donate using PayPal, Patreon, or Super Chat. But most importantly, you can buy yourself a Deluxe Man t-shirt today at Pro Wrestling Tees. Let's see who's here in the live chat. Who we got joining your boy Deluxe Man? Oh, in terms of like goals, let's aim for 200 likes. Let's keep it simple. Nothing too big, nothing too dramatic. 200 likes is a good goal for this particular broadcast or video. We got Elias Undisputed Era, who apparently is watching 2 a.m. or 2:30 a.m. in the morning from where he's apparently being stationed at. I believe that's overseas. We got Sonic X WWE The King, Angel Hollenbeck, Sleeping Angels, Manny Santos, Edwin is Eman 4, JD London, Bryson Mixtape 99. I don't think I said your name right, Edwin. I apologize, but we'll do it again some other time. Ivan Enik. This is a Demel? Or is it Demel? Well, looks like Demel 17. Wrestling with Cody. Let me get back here. Brandon Kambambia. IVM2. Okay. Tiffy Mackey. Tiffy Mackey. These are hard names to pronounce. Excuse me. I'm doing horrible. Great, right? AJ Envoy, the Black Nostalgia Nerd, and let's do one more. Let's try this one. Aaron Kuienga. Or Aaron K. I completely botched that one. Look, if I don't say your names, not because I hate you. I got a job to get to in just a few hours. So we're going to have to move along with this podcast. So show your love in the comments. Give me your thoughts on the results of the shakeup. If you're here in the live chat, give me your thoughts on the shakeup. Who is your favorite acquisition to be moved to the particular brand? Favorite guy from Raw going to SmackDown, or favorite guy from SmackDown going to Raw, or male, female, whatever. But we're here to break down all the results. I'm assuming this is the full list. I'm basically getting my list off of WWE.com. As of right now, there has been no updates. I wouldn't be surprised if by next week there are some changes made. I am predicting some shifts, some trades to happen. And we'll get to that in just a second. But let's talk about the results. Let's just get to the results first, and then we'll talk about potential trades and what to expect in 2019. Let's start off with Raw. So these are all the people who moved from SmackDown to Raw. The biggest name to move from SmackDown is, of course, the man that is known for building SmackDown. The house that AJ Styles built is no longer SmackDown. It is now Raw. AJ Styles has moved to Monday Night Raw, which honestly needed to happen. I think AJ has been ready, has been overly promoted, completely, what's the word I'm looking for? It's just, the guy has been given a lot of stuff on SmackDown. I mean, he had a 300-day run with a championship. 2 championships, by the way. Fought the best, beat the best. He basically did everything he could on SmackDown. It was time to move to Raw. It was time for a change of scenery. So I think AJ's going to be great for Raw. And when you think about who the champion is, AJ Styles versus Seth Rollins, that's a WrestleMania match right there. They'll most likely do it at SummerSlam because they can't hold it off until WrestleMania. But there you go. AJ Styles and Seth Rollins is a match we haven't seen yet. So I look forward to seeing what they do with that. Next up, we got The Miz, which this one I'm not too happy about. Miz's career on Raw has never really been that good. I don't recall one good run for Miz on Raw. Now, yes, he was champion. What, in 2010? Yeah, 2010, 2011. But I'm not going to lie. When you think about what that led to, that horrible match with John Cena at WrestleMania 27, the stuff he did with Jerry the King Lawler, I don't know if I can say that was a good run. Most of the things that Miz is known for that made him what he is today happened on SmackDown. The stuff with Daniel Bryan, the stuff with Miz and Ziggler, the stuff with Ambrose when he got slapped by Renee Young. And then, of course, the stuff with Shane, which took place on SmackDown. So, I don't know why we moved him back to Raw. I just feel like he was better suited for SmackDown. And I don't know what he's going to do now that he's on the Red brand. But we'll see. Will he continue his feud with Shane? He could, but after that, I don't know what he's going to do. So I have a prediction that he might get moved back to SmackDown. Again, we'll talk about trades in a second. Ricochet is on Raw. Excellent. Raw was made for Ricochet. He is a walking, breathing highlight reel. This guy does all kinds of acrobatic, high-flying, unorthodox maneuvers that should be viewed by the most viewers as possible. As we all know, Raw gets to more viewers than SmackDown. And I think he's the kind of superstar you want on Raw. As for Aleister Black, I don't agree with this one. I think Aleister Black should definitely be going to SmackDown. I don't know why they put him on Raw. I think they still want to keep Ricochet and Black as a tag team, to which I had to ask why. I mean, look, they did some great things as a team on NXT and for this, for the past few months here in 2019. But these two are not made to be a tag team. They are made to be singles competitors. So why we're continuing this tag team, other than to just be lazy, is beyond me. So hopefully he's someone that gets traded to SmackDown, because he should not be on Raw. I'm not saying he couldn't work on Raw, but I don't trust them to use Black, at least adequately, on Raw. Someone like him should be on SmackDown. Oh boy. Let's just get this out the way. Erik and Ivar. The Viking Experience. A.K.A. the War Raiders. Hanson and Rowe. Or War Machine. Why, in God's name, did anyone think it was a good idea to call them the Viking Experience? Look, I don't know what the rules are in WWE. It almost seems like they change day by day. So maybe there's something in the rule book that says you can't use the term war. So why did NXT get away with it? See, this is what I don't understand. How is it that this is okay, War Raiders was okay on NXT, but then all of a sudden isn't okay on the main roster? Where does that correlate? I thought NXT was WWE. It was a problem. If it was a problem for the main roster, why was it okay for NXT? Like, it makes no sense to me. That's why when people say, oh, well, maybe War is not PG, but it's okay for NXT. NXT is PG. So what's stopping What is stopping them from being called War Raiders on the main roster? Last I checked, NXT is WWE, right? So I don't buy that excuse. Well, war is not PG. No, it has nothing to do with it being PG. It has everything to do with how one man views this tag team, and that man is Vince. Okay, you want to see him as Vikings? As stupid as that is, can we at least get a name that isn't intelligent insulting as Viking Experience? Oh my goodness, that's the kind of stuff that makes people laugh at wrestling. If I was to bring in someone who never watched wrestling before and show them that name and that tag team, these goofballs coming out with Viking helmets, doing this, which is the war chant. Oh, we can do the war chant but not do War Raiders. It makes no sense. It's stupid. We would get laughed at. WWE, I don't mind the War Raiders being on Raw. I don't even mind them being heels. Some people have a problem with them being heels. I can understand that because they were well liked on NXT and they're too good to be hated, but fine. If you want to push them as a dominant heel tag team, I'm okay with that, but please change their name. Change their name back to War Raiders. I don't see why you can't call them War Raiders. Triple H, for years, has talked about going to war. We're going to go to war. We're going to go to war. So, why is that okay, but this isn't? This is so stupid. Stop making everything so goddamn PC. Let's pretend this never happened, and on Monday Night Raw, just have them go back to Rowan Hansen and call them the War Raiders. The Viking Experience is a terrible name. It's insulting to everyone involved, including Rowan Hansen and you. And I'm sitting here trying to figure out, how did this get by? How did this get to Vince, first off? But how did this get by Vince? I'm pretty sure Vince. Well, you know what? No. I'm tired of defending him. I'm pretty sure this came from him. This sounds like a Vince McMahon idea. But no one had the balls to tell him, Vince, that's horrible. That's a horrible idea. I mean, Triple H, man, these are your kids. These are your babies. This is your talent. Open your mouth and say something. Quit letting Vince ruin what you are creating on NXT. From day one, already, War Machine is dead in the water with this name. Already. If this stays, they're dead. No one's going to take them seriously, no matter how good they are. This is so reminiscent of Dusty Rhodes coming in with the polka dots. The difference is, Dusty Rhodes was able to somewhat make that work. Not too much, but somewhat make that work. I seriously doubt Hansen and Rowe will make Viking Experience work. So do us all a favor and change the name back. And if they don't get over, I'm not going to blame them. I'm blaming y'all. Because you brought them in with crap. Covered in crap. And you're expecting us to want to eat it when it's covered in crap. Get the hell out of here. Dumbest thing they've done throughout this entire shakeup. Viking Experience. So I'm going to call them what they are. The War Raiders. Hansen and Rowe. Simple as that. And by the way, if you want to send a message to WWE, when they release the merchandise for Viking Experience, don't buy that. Buy the War Raider t-shirt. Buy the t-shirt War Raiders. And let Viking Experience die in a fire. That's how you tell WWE that this is stupid. Don't buy the t-shirt when it comes out. Don't promote the brand. Promote the brand that you think they should be called, War Raiders. They're still selling the t-shirts. Just a little message that you guys should have. Moving on. That's so stupid. What isn't stupid is this move. Andrade Cien Almas. No, I'm not calling him Andrade. It's Andrade Cien Almas. With Zelina Vega have moved to Raw. Makes sense. Aleister Black and Zelina are married, so you would think they would be moved together. I'm excited for Andrade. I think he's gonna be great for the roster. I hope they put the U.S. title on him immediately. I love Samoa Joe, but I think Joe should be moved up to the main event. I think he should be competing with Seth Rollins and AJ Styles and all of them. We can get that U.S. belt off of Samoa Joe. get it on Rey Mysterio or get it on Andrade. For me, I say put it on Andrade. And then we can do Andrade and the newest acquisition, Rey Mysterio. We can continue that feud. Of course, we have to wait until Rey Mysterio heals up. He's still working with a injured ankle. Most likely won't be healed until summer? I suppose. But whatever. Great moves. I am in favor of Andrade and Rey Mysterio on Raw. Then we got one of the biggest moves for pretty much any talent, both rosters. The Usos. Jimmy Uso and Jey Uso are on Raw. Awesome. So who are they going to fight? That's a serious question. Who are they going to fight? I know we got Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins. I think that's about it. I'm assuming the Revival is still on Raw. Or are they being moved? I don't even know what's happening with the Revival. I was hoping they would go to SmackDown. But we'll see. They're not in this trade, so they're still on Raw. Okay. Never mind. Usos Revival. Usos. Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder. And then I feel like I'm missing somebody. That can't be it. No. That can't be it. Oh yeah, the Viking experience. I'm deliberately putting them out of my head on purpose because I don't want them to be associated with that name. So War Raiders, Usos, the Revival, Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder, or the Edgeheads, or the Major Brothers. Okay, I mean that's a solid tag team. I guess that'll work. But you know what would be even more awesome? If they had a fifth tag team, and that tag team was Sanity. Unfortunately, we don't get that. We won't get that. Because Eric Young was split up from Sanity and moved to Raw as a singles competitor. Sanity is no more. That's right. They have split up. Killian Dane, Alexander Wolf, Nikki Cross, and Eric Young. And officially killed Sanity. Why? Your guess is as good as mine. Complete waste. Complete waste. I feel like those four could have done some really good things. Especially on Raw. Don't understand why we split them up. At all. But okay, well, what do I know, right? I'm just a wrestling fan. I love their entrance, too. They had one of the best entrances in WWE. They just never got a shot. Never. From day one, they never got a shot on the main roster. Never understood that. Dumb move. Really dumb move. EC3 on Raw. I don't agree with that. He should be on SmackDown. We know they're not going to treat him right. So, when I talk about trades, keep in mind, Aleister Black, The Miz, EC3. Remember those names, because I do want to make some trades from SmackDown and Raw. But those three are clearly in mind. Lacey Evans, of course. Of course she's on Raw. Why are you shocked by that? Blonde-haired, blue eyes, apple pie smile. America! America! Former drill sergeant in the Army? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's a Raw girl right there. That's a raw girl. Don't be shocked by that one. Cedric Alexander. Cedric Alexander. So, in my opinion, and we're going to go ahead and talk about these trades real quick. I do not believe the following should be on Raw. I don't think Cedric should be on Raw. That is not a place for Cedric. At all. It's not. I think he should be on SmackDown. That's a SmackDown boy. I don't think, technically I don't think Eric Young should be by himself, but, I mean, he's a Raw star. We'll keep him on Raw. EC3 should not be on Raw. He has not had the best of luck on Raw. Well, on the main roster, period, but definitely shouldn't be on Raw. Aleister Black should definitely not be on Raw. That's a SmackDown guy. I don't even know why he's there, but okay. Aleister Black, and who else did I say? Miz. So, Aleister Black, Miz, Cedric, and EC3 should not be on Raw. I do not see those four working well at all on the brand, and they should be switched. With who? We'll talk about in a second. Finally, last but not least for Raw, Samoa Joe. It has not been confirmed yet because he's sick, but it's clear as day. Since the IC champ is on SmackDown, the US champ will be on Raw. So yes, we can officially say Samoa Joe is on the Raw brand, which is great. I think he especially was meant for Monday Night Raw. I think the switch to SmackDown was necessary for him to build his character and for him to find his footing, which is great. I'm happy he did that. But since he knows who he is and how to work, he's perfect for Raw. So, get the belt off of him, get that US belt off of him, and push him to the main event scene. Like he should be. Feud him with Braun Strowman, feud him with Seth Rollins, Bray Wyatt, who's coming back. That's going to be a nice feud. Feud him with AJ if you want to again. I don't care. So many things you can do. Or turn him face. Feud him with Corbin. I want to see him tear Corbin apart. You can figure this out. It's not that hard. So, absolutely, Joe on Raw is good. So, let's go to SmackDown. There's a couple of people who I want to be traded from SmackDown to Raw. And we'll talk about them in just a second. I think when you look at my list for trades, you're going to appreciate what I have. So, the big name moving from Raw to SmackDown, as you all know, is Mr. Got that this man. Yeah, man, yeah. Roman Reigns. The biggest acquisition. Oh, wait. Sorry. Elias. According to Vincent, Elias is the biggest acquisition. No, he's not. But yes, Elias is also on SmackDown, which... No. Get him back on Raw. That's a Raw guy. So, Elias is someone I would definitely trade back to Raw. But, Roman Reigns? Absolutely. Roman Reigns on SmackDown, that needed to happen. I don't see any other reason for him to be on Raw. He's done everything he could possibly do. He's fought everybody. He's beaten everybody. He's literally completed the checklist on what to do on Raw. US title, done. Tag team titles, done. Universal Championship, done. Main event WrestleMania, done. Won the Royal Rumble, done. Beating everybody you can think of. Rollins, beat him. Bray Wyatt, beat him. Lesnar, beat him. Alright, move him to SmackDown. He needs a new, fresh coat of paint on a new, fresh brand with fresher talent. So this was necessary, and I'm happy they did it. Plus, the Shield's not around anymore, so who cares? So good move. I'm happy about this. Now, you all know what this means, right? Kofi, it was a good run. I love you, Kofi. KofiMania all the way. Okay, they can never take away your moment at WrestleMania. Doesn't matter what happens. It doesn't matter what happens. Seriously, they can take the belt right off of him and put it on, either put it back on Bryan or put it on Roman. Nothing they do will take away what Kofi Kingston has done. What he has become, which is a cultural phenomenon. He is a cultural phenomenon. If you've seen the videos of people in Africa reacting on camera, his family, all across the country, all across the world, he's done a lot for my people. And yes, I did mean my people. So, Kofi Kingston, no matter what happens, man, you're a phenomenon now. Unfortunately, you know how this works. You know who has to be champion, right? Yep. Gotta give that belt up to Roman Reigns. If it was up to me, I would have Kofi keep that for at least, well, I have him keep it for the rest of the year. I would love for him to go on a long run. But at the very least, SummerSlam, if not Survivor Series. But knowing WWE, he'll drop it at Money in the Bank. Because. And who he'll drop it to? Shane McMahon. Here's how I see this going. Roman Reigns punched Vince McMahon this past week on SmackDown, right? Okay. Shane McMahon, who is the best in the world, will end up fighting Kofi Kingston at Money in the Bank. Screwjob will commence. He will beat Kofi and be your new world champion. And officially be the best in the world. Your world champion, Shane McMahon. I put that Michael Buffer drop in there. Man. Shane McMahon versus Roman Reigns at SummerSlam is where I see this going. Oh, that's gonna be a 5-star classic. Brother. Sorry, that's how it's gonna be. But you know what? Honestly, I'm not too upset about that as I usually would be, because, listen, this whole hate for Roman Reigns started because Daniel Bryan got shafted at the Royal Rumble in 2015. We're good now. Bryan had one of the best runs for any champion in the last decade. So, okay. Honestly, I'm like, look, as long as it's good, fine. Put the title on Roman. Otherwise, keep the belt on Kofi. Whatever. I'm not going to flip if they give the belt to Roman. Why? Why? At this point. I personally think... give me 1 second, guys. I'm taking care of business. I personally think, for me, if you're going to give him the belt, if you're going to give Roman the belt, I say give it to him by, well, you don't want to give it to him right away. You don't want to give it to him, I wouldn't give it to him at SummerSlam, that's too soon. I say give it to him next year. Like, have Roman go a full year without winning the belt. Let's see how he works as a singles competitor. And then by next year's WrestleMania, fine, put the belt on him. That's what I would do. But if you're that desperate to give him the belt, at the very least, can we wait until Survivor Series? Survivor Series. You know? Just something to think about. Matter of fact, chew on that for 2 seconds. I'll be right back. I'll take care of some business. Sorry about that, boys and girls. Alright, here we are. So, Roman Reigns, let's just accept the fact that he's going to be champion. When it happens is basically what's left to speculate about. That's all that's left to speculate about. It's not about if, it's when. It's a matter of when. When will he be champion? So, let's move on to the IC champion, Finn Balor. Finn Balor, Intercontinental champion. This, in my opinion, was the best move out of the entire shakeup. Balor needed to be moved to SmackDown, and based off of the match he had with Mustafa Ali this past SmackDown, this past episode, oh, absolutely, this is where he needs to be. That match was awesome. He needs people that he can wrestle with. Finn Balor, at heart, at the end of the day, is a wrestler. Yes, he has a character, the Demon, a persona, but he's a wrestler. He's not a personality. He never was a personality. He's not a Rock type. He's not a Steve Austin type. Well, Austin is more of a hybrid, a little bit of everything. The Rock is more of a personality. Hulk Hogan is more of a personality. He's not an Undertaker. He's not a character. I guess he has a persona, but he's a wrestler. And he needs to be around wrestlers like Mustafa Ali, like Cedric Alexander, like Cesaro, like Chad Gable, who also got moved to SmackDown. You know, he needs to be around those kind of people, those kinds of performers, so he can thrive in that environment. Okay? Honestly, and this is just me thinking, seeing things in hindsight, maybe we should have kept Rey and Andrade on SmackDown. Because think about that. Finn Balor versus Rey Mysterio. And we saw that Andrade match on Raw. That was really good. So, maybe in hindsight, we should have kept those two on SmackDown. But okay, whatever. We can fix this. This is great. We got Buddy Murphy coming to SmackDown, for Christ's sake. Buddy Murphy versus Finn Balor. So, this is where he should be. This is exactly where he should be. He will thrive. And it's going to be, no pun intended, awesome. So, let's talk about some other people. I already said Buddy Murphy, who I think is a great addition to SmackDown. I predicted he would go, and I'm happy he went. This is the wrestling brand. And you do him and Finn Balor for the IC Championship, it's going to steal the show. It's going to steal the show. And I hope he wins the belt one time. I already said Chad Gable. Good. Chad should be on SmackDown. He is a wrestler. And let's not put him with a tag team. Please, let's make him a singles competitor. Singles. Him versus Finn Balor would be great. Let's see here. Mickie James. Mickie James! Absolutely! Pretty Mickie. That's my woman. What a MILF. Yes, I said MILF. I don't care. Mickey's way too fine for a 39-year-old. She way too fine. She knows she fine. She was getting no respect on Raw. Not a single ounce of respect. So, sorry about that. Just more business. Yes. Mickie James on SmackDown, desperately needed. But alongside Mickie James, check this out. Look at this women's roster. We got Mickie James. We got Ember Moon. Excellent. Excellent choice to move to SmackDown. I'm doing two things at once, podcast and work. But yeah, Ember Moon is an excellent move to SmackDown. I think she'll work perfectly with the women on the show, because we still got Charlotte on SmackDown. We still got Carmella. I feel like I'm missing somebody. Naomi. Oh yeah, my bad. Naomi got moved to Raw. Oops. I forgot about Naomi, actually. Is she on the list? Wait a minute. I don't see... Oh, there she is. She is on the list. Oops, my bad. Naomi got moved to Raw. Do you care? Okay. That makes sense. She's married to Jey Uso. Whatever. Naomi's on Raw. Whatever. But, yeah, she has people to work with. And the big name that got moved is Bayley. So Sasha and Bayley are no longer a thing. I think Bayley and Sasha have been split up. So Sasha is staying on Raw, and Bayley is on SmackDown, and she's no longer doing hugs. Let's talk about Bayley for 2 seconds, because look, we saw her appear this past episode on SmackDown, and she got booed. Now, granted, it was in Montreal, as people would call it, Bizarro World. But this has been happening to Bayley since 2017, y'all. Her character needs some kind of a revamp. Something needs to change. You either strip her of this Hugalicious persona altogether and give her something different, change her name if you have to, or just turn her heel. I personally think, look, I'm getting tired of the whole turning people heel concept, which honestly, I'll admit, I have been promoting a lot, but you don't always have to turn them heel. You can keep her face, just change her character. I can trust SmackDown to change Bayley's character more than Raw. So if you want to keep her face, I'm cool with it. Change her character. To what? I have no idea. How about she just have her be herself? Just be you. Don't do the whole, I'm shy, and I'm dorky, and I'm quirky, and I'm going to pretend like I can't talk. Bayley can talk. Here's the thing. When Bayley does the whole, I'm shy, I don't know what to say, I'm a nerd, that's the persona. Bayley can talk. I don't even know what her real name is. Rose? Rose can talk. Not Mandy Rose, but you know what I mean. Bayley can talk, y'all. So when you look at that roster, when you look at Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville, when you look at Bayley, Ember Moon, of course Becky, and you got Mickie James, and then you got other people on the roster. You got Liv Morgan. Let's talk about Liv Morgan. So apparently, Sanity isn't the only team to be split up. The Riot Squad is now split up. Liv Morgan has been moved to Raw. I'm hearing rumors that Sarah Logan will be moved back to NXT, and Ruby will stay on Raw. So Liv Morgan's on SmackDown. Did I say Liv Morgan's on Raw? My bad. Liv Morgan has been moved to SmackDown. Ruby Riott on Raw, and Sarah Logan on NXT. Am I the only person that's not bothered by this? Sorry, Look, the Riot Squad, to their credit, they made that work. It was a lot better than it had every right to be, because they were thrown together for no reason whatsoever other than to copy Absolution, and they made it their own. They turned it into something that got legs, that grew legs, and lasted for over a year. I bought it. I liked it. But now that it's split up, it's kind of like, okay, oh well. Personally, I feel like Sarah Logan and Liv Morgan have been holding back Ruby Riott. I think Ruby will do great by herself. I think she's going to be excellent for Raw. Liv Morgan? Sorry, Liv. I love you. I love Liv's personality, but I don't really see her being more than the, I hate to say it, but the Dana Brooke of SmackDown. She's the jobber girl. Sorry, Liv. Love you. I think you're a great personality, but I don't think WWE sees you as someone they should take seriously. Just saying. We can't forget about the newest acquisitions, or the newest acquisition, brought in by Paige. The newest tag team, female tag team, is Asuka and Kairi Sane. As Kairi Sane has been moved up to SmackDown. She did lose to Shayna Baszler last night on NXT, so as a result, she's officially off that brand and will not receive any more NXT championship matches, women's championship matches. So yeah, here she is. She's home on SmackDown. I'm cool with this. Matter of fact, if Io gets moved up too, put them with Asuka and Kairi. I think this will be great. You have two women who know each other, who can speak and communicate with each other. You have Paige as their mouthpiece, so in case there's a language barrier, Paige is there. And think about it this way. Let's just say Asuka and Kairi have a good run. They win the tag team titles, go all the way to WrestleMania, and they lose them. And let's just say, by some circumstance, Asuka becomes women's champion again. We can turn Asuka heel and have Kairi fight her at WrestleMania. I think it's a great move. I am in love with this tag team. I think this has quite the makings of what could be a good run for both women. And this is the kind of thing Asuka has needed for the longest time. So yes, absolutely. Asuka and Kairi Sane, and then maybe they'll split up down the road. We turn Asuka heel and have her fight Kairi for the championship at WrestleMania, which is pirate themed. So there you go. I'm cool with it. You know who I'm also cool with? Heavy Machinery being on SmackDown. That is the perfect place for them to be. I personally was hoping they would go to Raw, but okay, SmackDown's great too. I ain't complaining. Cool with me. Let's see here. We got Lars Sullivan. Okay. Cool. Awesome. Lars seems more like a Raw guy, but we know why he's on SmackDown. Just saying. Apollo Crews, whatever. Honestly, he should go back to NXT. Just saying. I already said Chad Gable. Elias, sending him back to Raw in just a second, but I think that's everybody. Yeah. Roman Reigns, Finn Balor, Elias, Bayley, Ember Moon, Kairi Sane, Lars Sullivan, Buddy Murphy, Liv Morgan, Chad Gable, Apollo Crews, Mickie James, and Heavy Machinery. Did I miss anybody? I think that's everyone. Okay. I think that's it. So, let's talk about trades. So as you guys know, how WWE gets around this crap most of the time is to do trades with certain superstars. If I had to predict who will be traded to brands, this is what I would do. I would trade Aleister Black to SmackDown, and I would trade him for Sheamus. As of right now, Sheamus is still on SmackDown. I thought he was going to be on Raw, but no, he's apparently on SmackDown. And he's out on injury. But yeah, I would definitely get Sheamus to Raw. I just don't think Cesaro and Sheamus have anything else to do as a tag team. So split them up. Please. Thank you. I would really appreciate that. Cedric Alexander should definitely go to SmackDown. And I would trade him for Shinsuke Nakamura, who I think got heavily overlooked. I don't even know why he's on SmackDown. That should definitely be someone you put on Raw. That is a Raw guy through and through. You want to keep... well... I might take that back, really, because I want Nakamura to be on the same brand as Daniel Bryan, because we got to get that match. And Bryan is still on SmackDown. So, fine. I'm changing my mind on that. Rusev. Send Rusev to Raw with Lana. I want to keep Bryan and Nakamura together. I just think that works better. I mean, nah, I'm not changing my mind on that. We're gonna keep that the way it is. Yeah. Sending Miz definitely back to SmackDown. And check this out. I would trade Miz with Charlotte. I think Charlotte should be on Raw. I don't know what else they could do with her. I mean, the women's division on SmackDown, you know, Mickie James versus Charlotte, that would be pretty cool. I mean, I haven't seen that match before yet, I don't think. Right? Mickie James and Charlotte? Huh. Yeah, you know what? Never mind. Calling an audible. Calling an audible on that one. Never mind. Let me keep Charlotte on SmackDown, because I think Ember Moon, Charlotte, Mickie James, Charlotte. Then who can I trade? Who can we trade to put Miz back on SmackDown? Who y'all think? There's got to be someone that's not really doing anything on Raw that can use this trade. Nikki Cross? I don't know where Nikki Cross is. Is Nikki Cross on Raw or SmackDown? Something to think about here. Well, we send Rusev to Raw. We gotta send Lana there too. No, we're not sending Owens. We are not sending Owens to No, we're not sending Owens to Raw. We're keeping him far away from Sami Zayn. We gotta talk about Sami Zayn too. I don't know. I guess. That's something to think about. All I know is Miz and EC3 should definitely be on SmackDown. I don't know why. So here's what I do know: Aleister Black, Sheamus, Cedric, Rusev. I mean, I guess I can do Lana and EC3. I guess. Just to kind of cheap. This is a cheap move, but whatever. I don't care. Lana and EC3, sure. And Miz can be traded with. No, Ali needs to stay on SmackDown. I'm not moving Ali. Ooh! R-Truth and Carmella. Oh, I like that. Yeah. There we go. That's it right there. R-Truth. We would trade R-Truth to Raw for EC3 and Carmella. There you go. There you go. Sheamus for Black, Cedric for Rusev and Lana, R-Truth R-Truth for EC3, and Carmella for The Miz. So 2 women for Miz. That'll be Carmella and Lana. R-Truth for EC3. Rusev for Cedric. And Sheamus for Black. There you go. Fair enough? Or I can trade Lars back to Raw. That's a good one too. I think Raw is more of a Lars territory. But let's keep him on SmackDown for now because of Cock That Fist, man. Alright. So there you go. I mean, you guys tell me who you would trade in the comments. What wrestlers would you like to see trade? So, finally, before I go, let's have a discussion about Mr. Sami Zayn. Now, Sami Zayn is apparently going to be on Raw. He is being drafted to Raw, by the way. I think that wasn't official last time before he left, but it's official now. He is on Raw. So, Sami Zayn is currently doing this shtick, and I just want to talk about it for a minute because I get it. You know, Sami Zayn is one of those talents that can do anything. Literally anything. He can be a villain. He can be a hero. He can be a high flyer. He could be a technician. He can do powerhouse stuff. He can make you laugh. He can make you cry. He can make you angry. He can make you happy. He can do anything. In my opinion, Sami Zayn is one of the, I say, top 10 best wrestlers in WWE. Probably top 5 right now. Today, not ever, but today. Top 10 for sure. When you have someone like Sami Zayn who is naturally likable by the audience, I question why you would want him to be a heel. Same thing with Elias. Now, the whole thing with Elias is basically because he's a heel because we don't know how to book him as a face. Stupid reason, but okay. Sami Zayn is not that hard to book as a face. Make him a sympathetic babyface that has to struggle like he was on NXT. It's not that hard. So, we all know the hardest thing to create, to make in wrestling is a babyface. And to maintain that babyface is even harder. So when you have someone who is naturally likable, who is naturally able to get responses from the crowd, this past Monday in Montreal, he got a rock star reception. He was heralded as a freaking messiah. A messiah in Canada on Monday. One of the best parts of Raw. My favorite thing that I've seen, one of my favorite things I've seen this year, honestly. But my favorite thing I've seen throughout the entire week. That was amazing. When the crowd just showered him with love. And seeing Sami Zayn do his thing and just live his moment, man. That was awesome. That was one of those things where I went, this is why I'm a wrestling fan. That was cool to see. But then, of course, WWE had to ruin it by having him heel up on the audience. Look, Sami Zayn is a good heel. Yes. He's a great mic worker. Yes. He knows how to get under your skin. That's a great thing to have. I knew about that when he first turned heel in 2017 on SmackDown. I'm like, oh, good. God, he's a good heel. And now we're seeing it. He's a great heel. Wonderful. Here's my question. Big question. Why is he a heel? Why is he a heel? Oh, the X-Man to get heat. Okay. Then what? Is he going for a championship? Are we pushing him as a heel main eventer? No, we're not. No. He just seems to be coming out and telling the audience, you're all critics. All you do is criticize wrestlers because your life sucks. Which is somewhat true. I'm not going to sit here and lie. I'm like, yeah, that's kind of how fans work. That's just not in wrestling either. That's everywhere. That's a fan in general. Music, sports. We live vicariously through others as inspiration to keep ourselves moving. That's just how humans work as fans. That's the very definition of a fan base. So I go, You're absolutely right, Sammy. You're absolutely right. We are critics when you don't give us what we want. Because that's what fans do. Especially since we are paying to watch you and go to your events. We have a right to criticize. And to all you pussyfoot wrestlers who can't stand that, get out the ring. Go home. So, I'm sitting here trying to figure out, where is this going? Like, why are we having Sami Zayn insult the audience? Why are we ruining... What is it that we are doing with Sami Zayn that is going to make up for killing a potential babyface? Seriously, that's my question. Because all this talk about Sami Zayn... Sami Zayn should be a heel because that's what he was before he left. Well, he was a heel because he was being manipulated by Kevin Owens. And you know that. KO, who by the way is a face now, but KO is no longer around him. He's on SmackDown. So the premise of him being a heel is gone. So this whole talk about Sami Zayn is speaking truth, I'm happy he's speaking truth. I'm happy that he's getting his feelings out. And I think, again, he's someone that knows how to use that honesty to get under the skins of the audience. But where is it going? What's the purpose of him killing the... What is the purpose of Sami Zayn turning on the audience for? Like, where is this going other than just to piss the fans off? And make fans not care about him? Because that's what's happening. If you're going to have Sami Zayn do this, you're going to take someone who fans want to see win and turn him into someone fans want to see get beat up, which you can use, which is great. But if you're going to have him be that guy, you need to give him a run. U.S. Championship, World Championship even. I would love to see Sami Zayn be Universal Champion. Hell, he can beat Seth Rollins, but I don't see them doing that with him. I don't. So... we'll see. We'll see. I do appreciate the fact that he is not being scripted. He's talking from the heart, which is very, very rare in WWE. And when you have someone like him who can talk from the heart, again, you need to give him all kinds of focus. But as a heel, I don't know. I don't really know if that's the way to go about it. Me, personally, I don't think that is the way to go about it. But yeah, I mean, we'll see. He's clearly very effective as a heel. Very effective. Really effective. He's pissing people off for real, for real. And yeah, I mean, no one wants to be told that their life sucks. That the reason you're criticizing us is because you don't have a happy life and you're wasting your time watching wrestling. Which, in all honesty, it's kind of true. Yes, Sammy, you're absolutely right. Fans like me have hard lives. Very hard lives. We don't necessarily have the luxury that you do to have the greatest life that you possibly can. And although it's easy to say, why don't you just go do it? Let me push a button. My life is all of a sudden better. I'm happy that you think you're in that position. You're in a position to have that kind of a happy life. So the heat that he gets from it is a substantial place to get it from. Because fans can get pissed off from that. It's like, motherfucker, you think you're better than me? You think your life is so perfect. Your life is so great that you can look down on mine. Someone that has to work hours upon hours, 8 hours a day to feed his family, that most likely doesn't even like him. Or if they do love him, he has to literally spend every single dime to take care of them and the house bills, to the point where he can't have fun, to where he can't go on vacation, or do something that makes him happy. He's sacrificing his happiness to take care of his family. And that guy watches wrestling to feel good about himself, and now he has to watch Sami Zayn tell him, your life sucks, that's why you criticize. Or someone like me. Like, I would say my life is not bad. I can honestly look at the camera and go, my life is not too bad, but it's not perfect, and it's hard. It is a hard life that I live. Very hard. And no, some of you just looking at me from camera. See, you think I have it easy. Just, doing this on camera. You don't know what I go through on a weekly basis, what I go through on a daily basis, what I had to go through after this, what I deal with every day. My struggle is not a struggle I would put on anybody. Understand that. So, it's easy to say, you guys are miserable, your life sucks, and that's why you criticize. I'm like, yeah, you're right. Congratulations, you piece of crap. You know what I'm saying? Congratulations. You figured it out. So what? So what now? Do you want me to stop watching you? So again, it's coming from a place of substantial, substantiveness, if that's a word. It's a grounded basis for a heel. But I do have to question if we're going to go this route with Sami Zayn, where's it going to lead? So look, if you're going to keep Sami Zayn as this heel and you turn him into someone that fans want to see get beat up, that fans want to see be miserable, which, good for me. Okay, he has to have a run with it. As in US champion or world champion. Otherwise, if he's going to be a jobber, this is stupid. Alright. That's it. Nothing else to really talk about. I covered everything. So give me your thoughts on the results. Give me your thoughts on Sami Zayn. Give me your thoughts on what do you want to see happen for WWE. And here's something fun. Now that we have the roster set, give me, let's do 5 matches you would like to see with this new roster. And I can end it with that too. So, let me see. We got Daniel Bryan still on SmackDown, right? Okay. This will be easy. Buddy Murphy versus Finn Balor. That's one. I gave you that already. Ember Moon versus Charlotte. Gave you that one. Heavy Machinery versus the Hardy Boys. Wow. I'm still in that one. That was a good one. Let's see. Kairi Sane versus Asuka. Yes, that's 4 for SmackDown. I'm giving them all for SmackDown. Let's do one for Raw. One for Raw. Wait a minute. Ricochet versus Lio Rush? Ricochet versus Cedric. Never mind. There you go. Ricochet versus Cedric. Boom. Done. Okay. There's my 5. So you give me your 5 now. With that said, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys are having a good day. But I have to get ready for work. So, much love to you all. Thank you for supporting the channel. Like the video, subscribe, donate wherever you can. And besides the fact that Sami Zayn says your life is miserable, you can always come here for a safe haven. If your life is miserable, you can use this channel as your escape. And I will not judge you. I will not criticize you. And you can criticize me without me calling you a mark. You have my word. Love you all. Have a good Thursday. Have a good rest of the day. This is your boy, Deluxe Man, signing off. You guys take it easy.